So thank you so much for having me again. I remember last time you gave me audience in your office itself. And so I'm in Thimphu. It's a historic occasion and historic place for Bhutan. Bhutan is projecting, while world is full of conflict, especially South Asia is riddled with conflict, Bhutan proposes a beacon of peace, progress and with a purpose. To talk about that, how Bhutan managed to do so, we have Prime Minister Tshering Tobgay here in a special series on foreign affairs with Manish Kumar Jha. Thank you, Prime Minister, for having me here again. And I just said it is very unique sort of proposition, unique occasion, and I see people from all across Bhutan and around the world have gathered for such a special occasion. Prime Minister, I see Bhutan is positioned as a powerhouse of peace. Through this global peace initiative, I would like to know what is the greater message? Is it more than religious fervor, which you feel so?
Well, Manish, thank you very much for returning to Bhutan. Always welcome. Happy to meet you, and especially because you've come at a very special occasion. We are conducting the Global Peace Prayer Festival at the command of His Majesty the King. And it is coinciding with the 70th birth anniversary of our beloved fourth king as well. Plus on that particular birthday, 11th November, when His Majesty the fourth king turned 70, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, my elder brother, is going to be here. So we are blessed all around, and very happy to have you here. Now, the Global Peace Prayer Festival, the scale, we are not used to it. The vision of it is His Majesty's. It's a royal vision. And it is through His personal guidance and support that we've put this together, where people from all across the country, all parts of Bhutan, all walks of life have congregated here in Thimphu. And we have many friends and supporters and spiritual masters and accomplished Buddhists from all over the world in Thimphu, and jointly offering prayers for global peace. Now, why are we doing it? Every home in Bhutan, we have a tradition of offering prayers for global peace, actually, for the peace of all sentient beings. And this is common in the Hindu tradition also. You conduct pujas. Every home conducts pujas, and while, yes, we may benefit, the individual house may benefit, the bigger goal, the real goal, is to ensure that society and the world at large, in fact all sentient beings, enjoy peace. So it is with Bhutan. And what we have done is His Majesty the King's royal command, his royal vision was that we extrapolate this puja, these rituals, these prayers that we offer in every individual home and in every district, and a few times at a national level. We extrapolate that, we take it to an international scale, and this is what's happening. So the overall objective is to bring people, like-minded people, to offer prayers in all sincerity for global peace.
Prime Minister Tobgay, before we talk about the larger India-Bhutan bilateral relation, and we would like to understand more on the peace prayer, especially from the Buddhism aspect. Would you talk about more like various sects of Buddhism? Because it's important in Indian perspective also. How do you gather or invite all sects of Buddhism here? How do you sort of have a congregation of all those religions at one place, and what is the message behind them? And having different sects, what is the message behind it?
So Bhutan is a Vajrayana Buddhist kingdom. In fact, it's the last kingdom of Vajrayana Buddhism, and we believe our king is a Dharma king. We have our sect within Vajrayana Buddhism. Vajrayana Buddhism has many schools, many denominations, and we are just one of them.
Does it flow from Shakyamuni?
Yes. And through India to Bhutan, through India to Tibet to Bhutan. And so we practice one particular sect of Buddhism. And the Global Peace Prayer Festival is is involving all different sects. So in Bhutan, the state religion is one particular sect, but many other Bhutanese practice another very important sect and a few other sects. And for this, all of us have come together. It's non-sectarian. And we have invited masters, accomplished masters of other schools of Vajrayana Buddhism.
Okay.
And so they're all here. But it's not just Vajrayana Buddhism, it is also Mahayana Buddhism. And so we have representations from Mahayana Buddhists from India and Thailand, Vietnam, Korea, and also Theravada Buddhism. So again from Thailand, India, Sri Lanka, many countries.
Interestingly, Prime Minister, you talked about your counterpart, our Prime Minister Modi, and you said he's a big brother, and he has shown his great feeling, regarding offering one of the most precious relics to Bhutan. Could you talk about that in a nutshell? What exactly is that, which he has granted, and wished to be?
So Prime Minister Modi, I regard him as my elder brother. Not just as my elder brother, but as an elder brother, my mentor also. We share a very close relationship. But Prime Minister Modi shares an even closer relationship with my king. And it is His Majesty the King's desire that during the Global Peace Prayer Festival, coinciding with His Majesty the 4th King's 70th birth anniversary, that the worshippers who are congregated here be offered an opportunity to view and to offer prayers to Lord Buddha's sacred relic. So His Majesty the King, this was his wish.
Okay.
And Prime Minister Modi, he heard of it, and immediately he has agreed to send some very, very sacred and precious relics of Lord Buddha.
It's from Bodh Gaya, which is coming, or other part of India?
They are from several parts of India, from Sarnath and Delhi.
Okay.
And so they are arriving here tomorrow on the 8th of November, and they will be here for 10 days, 11 days really. And worshippers from across the land in Bhutan will have the opportunity to offer prayers and seek blessings of Lord Buddha's relics. Equally important, worshippers from across the world who have come to Thimphu will have similar opportunities. And this is the royal vision of His Majesty the King, and it is a gift, a precious gift of Prime Minister Modi to Buddhists all over the world.
Thank you for your fantastic word and message, which will be conveyed to Prime Minister, of course, as he watches us. We broadened the little discussion, Prime Minister, because it's a great occasion for me to understand other aspects of Bhutan as well, like we discussed last time. I think under your leadership, and of course His Majesty, we had this 21st century economic roadmap. I need to understand how Bhutan is progressing, the overall economic progress under this 21st century roadmap. How ambitious is that? Could you throw light on this?
Well, our economy has been growing at a very impressive rate. But remember, the baseline was very small. And so it must grow and grow at very impressive rates. Our social progress has been even more impressive. And a lot of this is because of the development cooperation with the government of India. So because of free education and free healthcare today, every child is in school and can speak a global language.
Right.
We have jobs in Bhutan, but our youth, they aspire to continue studying abroad and working abroad. And so we have many youth now going to Western countries and Australia, where the pay package is much more attractive than what is available here.
The impact of the global market, of course.
This is good for them. This is why we enjoy free education and free healthcare. It's good for them. You go out, learn, gather experience, gain experience, make some money, and the idea is to return.
Right.
The question is, will they return? If they should return, we need to create the economic conditions for them to return.
Right.
We need to provide jobs that can compete with jobs, the best jobs across the world, particularly in Australia in terms of remuneration. And so for that, His Majesty the King has unveiled his royal vision, of the Gelphu Mindfulness City. So the Gelphu Mindfulness City is along the border with India, specifically with Assam.
Right.
It is a special administrative region. As such, it has its own government, own laws, own judiciary, and it will be based on the principles that we hold dear to us, the principles and ideals of gross national happiness, of sustainability, of spirituality, of mindfulness, of harmony. But at the same time, it will become very economically and financially competitive.
Okay.
Now, the idea of Gelphu Mindfulness City is to provide a viable platform for youth of Bhutan to stay home and work.
Okay.
But also those who are abroad to come back. And this is going to benefit not just Bhutan and our future, but will also benefit our friend and neighbor India, because it's along the border with India. And I'm very delighted to inform you and your viewers that this project receives the full and unconditional support of Prime Minister Modi and the government of India. Now, while Gelphu Mindfulness City is being spearheaded personally by His Majesty the King, the rest of the country must also continue to grow. And this is why the 21st century roadmap that you alluded to, the 10X plan that you have alluded to, this is why we have developed this strategy. Basically, to grow our economy tenfold in 25 years. Seems impossible, but actually it is very possible.
You're doing it, Prime Minister, by having it same Gelphu-like economic zones?
No, this is for the rest of the country, yeah? Now, why is 10X possible in 25 years? 25 years is a long time. Individual companies can grow 10X in a few years with the right entrepreneurship. If the government exercise the right entrepreneurship, we can grow 10X in less than 25 years. But specifically speaking, our energy sector alone, hydropower alone, investments there, and the production of energy thereof will grow our economy at an unprecedented rate. And
what
so
is the growth projection in hydropower you're looking at? And
well, right now,
something on your mind, revenue, perhaps it has grown.
No, so right now, the generation capacity is 3,500 megawatts.
Okay.
Prime Minister Modi will jointly inaugurate a big project with His Majesty the King on the 11th of November. Right. That is 1,000 megawatts, and we will restart construction of another project, 1,200 megawatts, and then we have several other projects already happening with the private sector of India, and so the amount of investments flowing into the energy sector is going to be, for Bhutan, unprecedented. We're looking at something like 20,000 megawatts in the next 20 years.
Okay. And you're looking for the export opportunity and growth out of this, as a key pillar of your economy, especially the energy sector.
So
continues to remain the
this is going to be green energy, renewable energy. It's precious that way, and we will use this energy to fuel our own domestic needs, particularly in the technology sector, because technology, whether it's data centers or AI compute or blockchain technology, requires a lot of energy, and hopefully it is green energy. Otherwise, it's going to be disastrous for the state of our world. And so this is going to be used to fuel that in Bhutan and of course in India.
So, Prime Minister, you talked about investment. You want to attract investment, especially in the Gelphu. What sort of investment have you succeeded in any, attracting any investment and from the company you're looking for, or do you have some incentive for that? What kind of model you project?
There's a lot of There's a lot of interest, and there's a lot of opportunities, and we invite. Well, there's a lot of opportunities, there's a lot of interest from the world over.
Okay.
And therefore it is very important that we reach out to our friends in India, entrepreneurs in India, industrialists in India, to look at what's happening in Gelphu. Some of them have looked at it and they are interested in doing business in India, in the Gelphu Mindfulness City.
I also understand His Majesty was in India and he met many key entrepreneurs in India, and that will translate into success stories, perhaps, of course, in that sense.
Some of the key founding members of the Gelphu Mindfulness City is also Indian.
Prime Minister, important question and announcement which here about the India-Bhutan rail connectivity project is very ambitious. Could you talk about a little more and some of the roadmap and deadline, how you're going to go about it?
So we enjoy excellent relations with India. It is a friendship that is like none other, nowhere else in the world, between two neighbors. And a lot of this is defined through connectivity. Earlier it was cultural and spiritual connections, people-to-people connections. And then as Bhutan modernized, it became road connectivity, and then telephone connectivity. Now it is air connectivity, digital connectivity. All of this is happening. This is going to further cement our friendship. And within that is the rail connectivity.
Okay.
And we are deeply grateful to the government of India for providing this rail connectivity. It comes into a border. One connection in western Bhutan, and the main connection from Assam, Bang, to the Gelphu Mindfulness City. And this is going to not just further enhance the competitive advantage of the Gelphu Mindfulness City, but it's going to bring our two peoples closer together.
Prime Minister, one of the issues when always
I will have to
hear from you is your concern for environment and economic progress. The way you balance it out, and can it be followed by the, Bhutan does it in a very right way. Can it be followed by the country, largely when the conflict between economic progress, and I would always hear you on this particular aspect, how you do it,
Well, we've been, again, the way we've done it is, if we have succeeded at all, it's because of gross national happiness, our development philosophy that places the happiness and well-being of our people at really the core of our development agenda. And gross national happiness has been possible because of our beloved kings. It is ultimately about enlightened leadership. What we offer the world is our story. You can look at Bhutan as a case study if you wish. But we are not there to say that it's a template for use. And ultimately, it will depend on the leaders of other countries, on the path that they take.
Prime Minister,
Thank you very much.
And looking forward to see you again.
Okay, Manish. Thank you.